USA at Caribbean. That can only be good for the game, and I'll tell you one more thing, whichever one of these two sides will qualify, they are going to go to that World Cup, and they're going to turn heads with how well they will perform.
Certainly, one of these sides is going to be part of history. As you rightly mentioned, 20 teams are going to take part in the World Cup next year. That's the most number of teams ever in a World Cup, in the Cricket World Cup. Just to add to that point, cricket is now part of the Olympics.
The globally recognized sport.
Nice.
It's just upwards and onwards, and I think the credit has to go to the ICC and the way they arranged pathway events. Absolutely wonderful.
To the sky. Where's this one gone? Well, it's gone straight to the gap. There's no one at deep mid wicket. Asif Sheikh. He's often the underrated one at the top as Bertel and Mala smash it everywhere and get the headlines. But he's got a brilliant technique and he's showing it off now.
Well, pace on offer from Zahoor, a half track on this wicket. It's easy pickings. Pulled and pulled well. One bounce over the rope says Nepal now have a grip on this game. 62 for 1. It's just the 9th over, and clearly the fast bowlers have no resistance on this wicket. Where are the spinners?
Again, they're going to pace on deliveries going the distance. It's such good batting. He's played an aggressive pull shot to get a boundary, and he's just checked it down for a single. Really hope you're enjoying this coverage and what's such a historic and momentous day for the associate game again here in Kathmandu. Nepal at the moment, they're in control of chase. There's a lot of cricket to be played. You're watching us live on ICC TV here in Nepal. You're probably watching us on either Kantapur TV HD or maybe Kantapur Cineplex YouTube channel. Right now, there's over 200,000 concurrent viewers on Kantapur YouTube channel. And right now, Nepal are rising to the challenge, and UAE are shrinking under the pressure. Is there a way back into the contest with the men from the Emirates?
Well, it's getting difficult with every passing over, and the wides are not helping UAE's cause as well. Zahoor Khan has been expensive in the context of the game. What they need is a wicket. What they need is a special effort from somewhere. Maybe a run out, a splendid catch, something that can lift the spirits back up for UAE. But as of now, Nepal are dominating this game, 64 for 1 in 8.3 overs, and they're well and truly set in this run chase.
It's going to be runs again, just a single, but every run is being cheered, and understandably so. A reminder that if you are watching, maybe you've just woken up back in Europe, or you're burning the midnight oil in the United States. You know, so many of the Nepali diaspora are. There is still a lot of cricket to be played here. This pitch is turned square. The combination of the 8 overs of spin that Nepal bowled took 6 for 31. And really, if they can get over the line, Nepal, that will be the difference between the two sides.
Well, just if you joined us recently, just a quick update. It was UAE who won the toss, decided to bat first, and managed to get to 135 runs. And Nepal are truly enjoying this run chase so far. It's gotten easy to bat on. The early moisture is all gone. The wicket looks good, and especially with pace on, the batting has looked easy.
Do also want to clarify something. Occasionally things can get lost in translation here in Nepal that Will can work around. We had questions yesterday if Nepal beat Oman, did they qualify for the World Cup? No was the answer to that. Now had a couple of questions on social media saying, is it just the champions of the tournament that qualify for the World Cup? No, it's a straight shootout today. The winners, they book their tickets on the jet plane. Yes, they play a final in 2 days' time.
As I see that name on the screen, it's Basil Hamid who's going to be bowling. And I can't express my excitement to see Basil Hamid with the ball.
Can he turn the game on its head? He's going to need to. UAE are desperately in need of wickets. It was just the one over that he bowled. He went for 14 from it in the Tri-Series at this venue. That was in a defeat to Hong Kong in the final game of the group stages. Again, just the small little 1%er things Surely he should have been coming on when he's bowling the first ball to Gulshan Jah to turn it away from the left-hander, get a slip into place. The UAE don't win this game if they don't get wickets. Now the slip comes into place. As you said, he does not feel of a little bit too late.
Well, cricket is a funny game, so I don't want to say that it's a bit late. However, I would have wanted to see him bowl a little early. That is for sure. With the ball turning away, this is going to be interesting. And he does have that ability to turn the ball. Unlike Ayan, who's not a big turner, or Nilanj, who bowls seam up.
Bowls him straight through, and it's the flatter, quicker one from Hamid. Jah was tempted. The previous delivery was a beautifully flighted off break, and he takes a bow to silence the crowd. Just the index finger behind that, straight through, and the stumps they are castled.
Flatter, quicker, straighter. Gulshan Jah going for the big hit, completely misses, and Basil Hamid, he strikes in his very first over. And sometimes it's great to be proven right. Gulshan Jah, well, he's walking back. 22 of 24 for him. The second wicket down for Nepal. A bow towards his dugout. You needed me? Says Basil Hamid. However, the job is not yet done. They need another wicket or two to get back into the game.
Bowling slow through the air. Powell sends Sheikh back, and I think rightly so. Watch that first 20 overs and recognise slowly flighted spin bowling, whether it be finger or wrist, is going to prove difficult to score off on this wicket.
Clearly the umpires have something to tell Basil Hamid. I think it's about changes that needs to be quick.
This is about Rashid Riaz. He's particularly stringent with his message that he's getting across, and as often the crowd play their part. He's just telling Basil Hamid to calm down, perhaps. Is he going across him as he runs through? Not too sure what that's about. Rich tapestry over 8. Powell gets off the mark, single, well judged.
It's interesting, that conversation between Basil and the umpire there. All's well that ends well, and he's back to bowling, coming around the wicket for the right-handed. Oh, UAE brings out the sweep. Asif, they're looking for 2. 10 overs gone halfway through the second innings, and Nepal have just lost a wicket. Basil Hamid giving away 3.
Get there. UAE learning. They go back to spin. Here comes Peshwani. Slide sweep. 6! Perfectly played. You play to your strengths.
7 runs in the first 2 deliveries of this Nilanj Keswani over. 76 on the board. A target of 135. So Nepal in a very comfortable position right now, but complacency cannot creep in now. There's a stoppage in the play as that LCD screen is still on, the advertisement is still going.
And show, but I do have to give the Cricket Association Nepal a special shout out. They obviously had hoped that they would win the group and keep all of the advertising and commercial infrastructure at the TU ground. I really don't know how every single piece of it in less than 24 hours. 12 to 16 hours, our production team as well, led by Yopresh Pradhan. They've all shifted too. The additional cameras have come across here. Probably about 99% of the viewership today has been on this ground. So great credit to everyone to make it happen. And we're getting a game that's befitting of the spectacle as Nepal, they're inching ever closer, primarily thanks to Asif Sheikh. Short, wide, 2 flat, 4 more.
Well, not learning from his mistakes, quicker, flatter, and cuts well Asif Sheikh, he's not going to miss out on those as Nepal are inching closer towards victory and towards making history. This is celebration time. The Nepal fans are going to love every moment of this, and every individual, every fan who's come out here is going to cherish and take this memory home for the rest of his life. This is going to be an epic moment, a special moment if Nepal get to that 135.
I said the viewership between the two semi-finals might be 95, 98% here. It's probably 100% now. Oman have won. Oman have got over the line, so anyone who was left watching that game against Bahrain at the TU, their eyes will now turn to Mulpani. Many congratulations to Oman, taking one of the two qualification spots for Asia. Need to continue. He did get that second breakthrough. It's going to be Ayan Khan, maybe because of the two right-handers on strike. Will Basil Hamid change ends?
Well, I hope so. Again, flatter, quicker from Ayan. And nicely rocked on the back foot. Asif Sheikh, what an innings this has been from him.
Shoaib, it's clear that UAE have probably misread the conditions with the way they've bowled in comparison particularly to what we saw in the first innings from Nepal, who adjusted nicely as they went. It's a slightly better pace, but still a single, because it's Asif Khan. They recognise they can run one to him. Is it the occasion, the crowd, the spectacle, what's on the line that is affecting the UAE? Or is it just they're being outplayed right now?
Well, I would be lying if I would say that UAE is not hassled by the crowd that they've witnessed here today. Anybody who's out there in the middle will feel the heat. And UAE are no different. Also, UAE don't have enough exposure of playing in such conditions. Yes, they've played a lot of cricket in Nepal in the last year or so, but quite a few of them are young, and that inexperience has just been a bit visible. Talent, well, a lot of talent, but that big match exposure is something that UAE will take from this game.
They do have that experience though here at not at this ground with the massive crowd, but at the TU. Never seen two bigger crowds in associate cricket history than March 16th and May 1st and 2nd. Bigger than even today. And look at that. It's a sea of people, a sea of joy. It's going to turn into a sea of euphoria and dancing and moments the nation will never forget if they can get over the line over the course of the next 8 overs. Again, too short, too flat. Ayan Khan, he's been immaculate since he started it. Another change in bowling. It almost feels like Mohammad Wasim is just trying everything, anything that he can. Zohar Khan will come in from the Gokarna Forest end of the ground. Asif Sheikh is just a boundary away from what would be a wonderfully paced and judged T20I half century. Big swing and a miss. Sheikh feels as though he's missed out that time. Could still be a twist in this game, there's no doubt. We've seen batters who've come to the crease find it difficult to score.
Well, it's not all over for UAE. Like I said, it's going to take something really special for UAE to make a comeback in this game. Nepal are right now cruising at 40,000 feet above sea level and are scheduled to land in the US in June, but they'll need some turbulence on their way, and that can only come through wickets.
Big appeal, given not out. Umpire Ghazi Sahel from Bangladesh unmoved. You can even see Khan indicating there as he feels maybe it was just nipping down. I think it was given as leg by. He's not sure if that's an oversight as opposed to an indication there was some bat involved.
Yeah, could be. It's very difficult to say from here, but also I felt that the angle, the ball was just going down leg. So
started to set in with that second wicket. It's clever cricket. He's not looking for boundaries, nor does he need to right now. Sheikh has the pace of the pitch. He can take the occasional risk, and Powell's just going to nudge it around for ones and twos where he needs.
That's the right ploy, isn't it? Need a runner ball? Let's get runner ball. Especially Asif Sheikh. Now his role will have to be well defined. He has to stay there till the end, Asif, and score those winning runs. He's the man who said, we've seen that the batters who come out to bat, it's not easy to start going from ball number 1. So this could be the ideal time for UAE to get a wicket and maybe get a new batter out there in the middle.
Elegantly driven. Every run is now just getting ripples of applause. There's a combination of nervousness and excitement. It will explode into euphoria if Nepal can get there.
Well, I can't just imagine that moment if Nepal win this game. The loud roar, and it's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience, not only for the fans but also for us in the comm box. 45 needed of 44. Can UAE pull out a rabbit out of the hat?
The only thing about this approach, it's the right one. Nepal are doing the right thing right now. It may just drag things out to where if you have a really bad, let's say 16th or 17th over, a bit like Sandeep Lamachane provided that wicket maiden in the 18th, you're then left with maybe a nervy little 15 off 12 or 18 off 12, possibly with a new man at the crease. That's what the UAE have to keep thinking. Again, if you're just tuning in, maybe just waking up back in Europe in particular or down in Africa, you might think this is a simple chase that will be iced. The pitch has done a lot, particularly for the spinners, and there could well be a twist in the tail yet, even though it's just more than a run of ball that Nepal need with those 8 wickets in hand. Cut away now. Is there going to be 2 here? Sheikh seems to want it, and he's going to get it, and it will be 50 for the man who is so underrated at the top of the order for this team. He acknowledges the crowd. He's another one of these young talents that come from Nepal. It's come from 39 deliveries. The 22-year-old makes his 4th T20 I-50.
Well, this could be his
pace. And it's exactly a run of ball that's required. 42 to win off 7 overs for the UAE. Better pace, a bit of curve through the air, but nicely clipped away for a single.
Just that 1 over for Basil, still lingering on my mind. Why not give him another over? He got you a wicket and he's off the bowling.
Single into the leg side. We wanted the time to get to many comments. We've got to give this one a shout out. He says it's 3:57 a.m. here in Washington, D.C. I've got a job interview at 8 a.m., but this game has me hooked. Hopefully the lads make this no sleep worth it and give me a chance to watch them live next year. Go the Nepali Rhinos, go. Well, I promise you if they do get there, it will be worth it. And you'll have to let us know how that job interview goes. Best of luck.
Well, I'm sure he's going to go in a good mood if Nepal qualify, and he'll crack that interview. As of now, everyone here at the MCG Mulpani Cricket Ground is waiting with bated breath, because this is history in the making, Andrew.
Yeah, there will be a twist, I promise you. They're known as the Cardiac Kids for a reason. Don't think they're just going to get it done simply in the 17th or 18th. Something's going to happen, and a couple of dots are just raising the tension, raising the pressure. Good change in the field. They've taken Asif Khan out of cover. They've got the slightly swifter Mohammad Wasim. United Kingdom, North America in particular, lots of Nepalis, also Australia. As Powell looks for a big shot, and he finds the gap. A little bit of risk taken by Powell. He doesn't want to take this to the penultimate or the last over. And the 100 comes up with a boundary from the skipper.
Nicely played there between the two fielders at mid-wicket and long on. Gets it exactly where he wanted it to be. And that's gone for 4. Rohit Patel is looking good. And this is sensible, absolutely brilliant from the captain He's leading from the front. First that 4 and now a single.
Well, there, just in those two balls, we're seeing the difference between the sides. He's taken a calculated risk to get a boundary down the ground, and then he's followed it with a single straight at the fielder. That same ball, the second ball in the first innings, would have been a dot. And it's a huge difference. It's not just the runs that Nepal get from that show, but it's the runs that they denied in the first innings. And when you add up the 120 deliveries that both teams have, that could be crucial and end up being the differential.
Well, yes, it has been a phenomenal effort from Nepal so far. 102 on the board. Driven straight down the ground for a single. Well, they dropped a game yesterday, Nepal, against Oman. Lost a very close encounter where they almost tasted victory and then had to give away those 2 points. Couldn't cross the finish line, but that hasn't affected or dented the confidence of these Nepali batters. That is such a great thing to watch. How to make a comeback. How do you bounce back into the game after you've been given a knockout punch? That is what cricket is all about, and that is what Nepal cricket have done so well today. 104. As the captain looking for a single will be sent back. Oh, now he's going to get it. And this is the fielding effort. This is the difference that we were discussing. UAE have been off colour and Nepal will not mind that.
Again, this solitary ball sums it all up. The fielder, so he's putting him under pressure. Sheikh sends him back rightly, and then rather 4 or 5 yards wide from the moment he came to the crease.
Yeah, he's looked settled out there in the middle, Rohit Paudel, and that is because of the start that Asif Sheikh and Bhurtel gave Nepal. So that has allowed Rohit Paudel to play his innings at his own pace. 16 of 14. This is an important knock from him and has been the Robin to the Batman. Rohit Paudel has played that supporting role well as they take another couple of runs and get closer to that target. Still a runner ball as Nepal reach 108. Basil Hamid has been brought back into the attack again with that mission of breaking this partnership.
It has to be now. It has to be this over for UAE. Ideally, it has to be Sheikh. They've just worked the ball so cleverly into the gaps. All of that experience, that exposure that Nepal have had this year, a first ever Asia Cup appearance, games against India and Pakistan that captured the imagination of the wider cricketing world. And you'll hear it in the background now, the chants of Nepal, Nepal ring around this ground. The side, they've grown in confidence, they've matured despite their tender years under the tutelage of Monty Desai. And Paudel, he says now it's time to party, now it's time to turn those dreams into reality. This game is only heading one direction, it's heading the way of the hosts. And Rohit Kumar Paudel, the young captain of Nepal, he's leading his side home. Party time now in Kathmandu. The nerves are being replaced. And those chants of Nepal, Nepal, Nepal. Paudel harnessed them. He goes 6, now he goes 4. A beautiful stroke into the offside. And all of a sudden, it might just be 14 more to win. How quick are they between the wickets? They're sprinting onto that plane. A decade of waiting. It's going to be over ever so soon for Nepal. 14 more required. 1-2-1 for 2.
Real fruit bata baneko real juice ma cha. Real.
Well, nothing wrong that Nepal have done today. They've been exceptional all throughout this game, have been dominating and have been sensible in their approach. What a moment this is going to be for Nepal cricket. In touching distance now, 11 more needed. These 11 runs will be the most crucial runs. 10 now with that single. Rohit Patel on 27. Asif has played an instrumental role in this crunch game. As Patel has gone high, he's gone handsome, and he's gone the distance as well. What a shot from the captain as he is making a mark in this game. That roar from the crowd says it all. Nepal need 4 more to get into the World Cup.
Well, it's not just start the car time, it's start the bus time. Start the party bus here in Kathmandu. Nepal are going to go back to a T20 World Cup. It's the first time in a decade. The atmosphere unlike anything I've ever witnessed. Not a single person in this ground is sitting down anymore. They're all on their feet. And maybe, just maybe, it could be the captain himself who could hit the winning runs. Any boundary will do. 4 more to win. And UAE crestfallen, beaten out of sight. Will Powdell take the opportunity to finish it in style? Cut away. It's not going to be the moment yet. Maybe he'll say to young Asif Sheikh, it's your time to shine.
Well, yes, it could be in this over. This could be it. Nepal are on the verge of making it to the World Cup. Deserving between the two sides today. And just 1 shot away.
And Asif Sheikh being Asif Sheikh, he says, no, captain, you do the job. You hit the winning runs.
And what a partnership this has been between the captain and Asif Sheikh, who's been phenomenal with the bat. Outstanding approach from these two. Here we go.
Not yet. Not yet. They have been nothing short of sensational, Nepal. They really have. Luckily, it's going to be Mohammad Wasim to bowl. The flares are starting to go off. They're jumping, they're dancing, they're jiving in the crowd. Mohammad Wasim it was that was hit for 20 by Gulshan Jah in that remarkable game on the 16th of March that captured the attention of the world. And surely it's going to be Mohammad Wasim, whether he's bowling off spin or seam, it doesn't matter. That's going to be hit for the runs that will send Nepal back to the T20 World Cup. Shakti Gauchan is here. Paras Khadka, the captain in 2014, is here too. And they're here to watch the new captain run home for 2 and take Nepal back to the world stage. It's been 10 years, 10 long years that these fans have waited to see Nepal in a World Cup. That wait is over. And in 9 months' time, these young men, they'll walk in the shadows of Paras Khadka, Gyanendra Malla, Pradeep Irie, Shakti Gauchan, Jitendra Mukhia, Sharad Masakar, and everyone who went to represent the nation of the Himalayas 10 years ago. But their time is now. The cardiac kids, they've got there. Not too many hearts stopping today, but barely a dry eye in the house, and not one there in that Nepal bench. Unbelievable.
Well, watch out. World Cup, Nepal is coming. It has been waiting game for the longest time for Nepal, but not now. It is time to celebrate it, to cherish and remember what it means for these young cricketers who Nepal is coming. It has been waiting game for the longest time for Nepal, but not now. It is time to celebrate. It is time to cherish and remember what it means for these young cricketers who have taken Nepal to the world stage. Well, doesn't matter who you are, you have to stand up and applaud the journey that Nepal has made. And